morning, children. Very good morning to all of you. So this is Vijayam Physics classes. Myself, I am Siraj Kumar, and today we are going to discuss about motion under gravity. See here, this is a part of the kinematics or motion in one dimension. So in the motion in one dimension, what we discussed in the last classes, like if the particle travels in a straight line. Say when the particle is traveling in a straight line, means we discussed along x-axis. Okay, see the motion under gravity means what? It is a vertical motion. Okay, vertical motion means what? See, either a body is dropped or a body is projected vertically upward. Okay, these two will come under this. Okay, either the body is going upward or downwards. And here see, remember, this is also a case of a uniform acceleration. Remember, in the kinematics or motion in one dimension, we are just discussing about uniform acceleration. Means, what is the meaning of uniform acceleration? Means the acceleration is constant. Acceleration is not changing. See, in the future videos, I may make about if the acceleration is also changing, then how to solve related problems. Okay, those we'll discuss in future classes. Now see, in the today's class, what we'll do? Today we are going to discuss about motion under gravity. Okay, motion under gravity. Okay, so motion under gravity. So first of all, we should know about what is meant by acceleration due to gravity. Okay. Okay, now see carefully. First, we'll start with acceleration due to gravity. Okay, acceleration due to gravity. See, acceleration due to gravity is represented by letter G. Okay, it is represented by letter G. See, what do you mean by G here actually? See, here suppose if a body is dropped. Okay. See, if a body is dropped from a certain height or if a body is thrown vertically upward, in either case, the acceleration is g. Remember, the acceleration is always constant. See, remember, it's a case of uniform acceleration. Please remember that very important. It's a uniform acceleration. Okay, and you see here, this acceleration, but here, see what they have written, due to gravity means what? The earth is pulling. So due to the earth pull, the acceleration produced is called acceleration due to gravity. Okay. So what do you mean by acceleration due to gravity? Say acceleration produced. Okay. Acceleration produced. Okay, due to gravitational pull. Due to gravitational pull. Okay, that is called as acceleration due to gravity. Okay, remember the value of g is constant at a place. Suppose if you move from one point to the other point, the g may change. But here throughout this kinematics, we will say that g is constant at a place. Say suppose, usually in the gravitation lesson in the future classes, we will be discussing about the variation of g. The g value will definitely changes. But now, in this case, what we do, now in the kinematics case, the g value is taken as constant. So in general, the value of g on the earth surface at a place is usually 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, or in some cases, what we do, okay, for the calculation easy purpose, we will take it as 10 meter per second square. Suppose if we mention 10 meter per second square, please take 10 meter per second square. If not, please kindly take 9.8 meter per second square only. Okay, are you following, sir, what I am saying? So it's quite easy. And remember, the g value is independent of mass. Whether it may be you, or it may be me, or it may be a huge building, or it may be a small piece of paper. So for everything, the value of g is always constant nearer to the earth surface. Okay, so that's a very important one. Please remember. And also remember, the value of g always acts downward. Okay, the G is always acting downward only. Remember that. Suppose usually in general what we'll do is that the acceleration we'll take it as positive G if you are moving downward, and the acceleration we'll take it as negative if you are moving upward. Means if the see here when you are moving upward, generally what will happen? See for example, suppose if I throw an object. See what is happening here, see the object is going up. It is stopped here and again coming down. Means what? When it is going up, the velocity is decreasing. When you are coming down, the velocity is increasing. Okay, are you understanding what I am saying? See, when you are going up, the velocity is decreasing. As it is decreasing, we represent with the negative. But remember, G is always downward only. Here I am writing minus G, does not mean it is acting upward. Plus G, it is acting downward. Not like that. Okay, please remember that particular point. Okay, and the value of G is always constant at a place. And one more thing, suppose there is one interesting question in there. Suppose for example, if I just project a body, okay, with some initial velocity u, suppose by the time I reach my maximum height, let us say my velocity is 0. Then here my velocity is 0, then what is my acceleration due to gravity at that time? Say, what is the acceleration acting on that time? See, acceleration is not 0 here, velocity may be 0, but acceleration is g only. Plus g acting downward. Okay, are you following sir what I am saying here? See here, acceleration is always acting in downward direction only. Only you may change your direction of motion, like you may move up or you may come down. But in general, when you are going up, you will take it as negative. When you are coming down, you will take it as positive. In general. Okay, see once again, see what do you mean by acceleration due to gravity? Acceleration due to gravity is nothing but acceleration produced due to gravitational pull. And what is the value of G? 9.8 meter per second square. Or in some cases, we will take it as 10 meter per second square. And the value of acceleration due to gravity is always acting in which direction? In the downward direction. Even though the velocity is 0, the acceleration is there. So for example, if I am holding this one, now what is the acceleration acting on this one? Nothing but G. Whether it is in rest or in motion, the G is always acting. Okay, are you following sir what I am saying here? Okay. Will you please kindly note down these points? Will you please kindly note down these points? Okay, now, see here I am writing here. You can pause and you can copy the points. Okay, now see, let us move on to the next. See here in this one, I am going to discuss 3 important cases in this one. Sorry. So I am going to discuss here 3 important cases. Okay. So what are the cases I am going to discuss? See the case 1 here. So what is the case 1? Please write down case 1. See the case 1 is that, okay, the equations of motion, okay, equations of motion for a freely falling body. Okay, equations of motion for a freely falling. See here, see I said here freely falling. So freely falling means what? See, observe here carefully. Let us say, suppose, okay, this is the height is given here. Let us say from a height h, let us say an object is there. I just dropped that body. Say either dropped or freely falling or anything is there, then this is the case. Here, remember the initial velocity is 0. Okay, the initial velocity is 0 here. Why? Because it is freely falling. Whenever the word freely falling or a dropped it comes, then you can take the u as 0 here. And here, what is the displacement here? That is h. Please here, don't think about after falling. See here, our case starts from here and our case ends here. Just before touching the ground. So by the time it reaches here, what will happen? See, it has reached some velocity v. And here it is going down. Therefore, we will take acceleration as positive here. Okay. See, as it is going down, what we will do? We will take it as positive, that one. Okay, are you following this particular one? Then see what are the equations of motion we have. See the first one here. We have V is equals to U plus AT. Okay, and V is equal to U plus AT. What is U here? U is 0 here. And what is the acceleration here? That is G there. Therefore, see what is the V here? V is equal to G into T. Because U is 0. And here this one we will call it as TD. So what is this TD is called? This is called as time of descent. Okay, what is this is called? The time of descent. Very, very important. Please note down. See here, see when the body just dropped, what is the final velocity? The final velocity is G into TD. What do you mean by TD? TD is nothing but time of descent. Therefore, here what is the formula for time of descent here? The final velocity by G. Another important point. Okay. Now see, let us look at the second one. See what is the second equation of motion we have? S is equals to ut plus half at square. So let us substitute there. See what is the displacement here from here to here? That is nothing but h. So h is equals to initial velocity how much here? 0. Therefore 0 plus half g td square. So another important formula. See td means what? The time of descent. Half g td square. So we can also write, say suppose if we send this to this side, therefore see what is the time of descent? Root over 2h by g. Okay, another important formula. So time of descent equal to root over 2h by g. Okay, are you following? So what I am saying here? Now look at the third one here. See here, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. See here in the place of u substitute 0. Therefore what we have here, v square is equal to 2 in the place of a. What is a? G into h. So v square is equal to 2gh. Okay, another formula. Or if not, velocity equal to root over 2gh. Okay, velocity can be written as root over 2gh. Or if not, see h can also be written as v square by 2g. Okay, another formula. Okay, see please kindly remember all this. See here what are the formulas we got here. See here like see v square is equal to 2gh, h is equal to v square by 2g, or the final velocity equal to root over 2gh, or h is equals to half td square, where td is nothing but the time of descent. Okay, and what do you mean the time of descent? The time taken from the top to the bottom, or from a height to the ground. Remember our case starts from where? From a certain height to the just before reaching the ground. Okay, here. Okay, please pause and please note down these points. Okay, now see let us look at this one. Now see the case 2 here. So what is the case 2 here? See case 2 is what? It's nothing but if I throw the equations of motion. Because here I am rubbing this one. Please note down these points. Okay, you can pause and you can note down the points. By the time I will rub this one. And see carefully here. Okay, now see carefully here. See the case 2 here. What is the case 2 here? See case 2 is what? Suppose the equations of motion, first thing is that I just dropped a body. Now I will throw the object upward. See for a vertically projected body. Okay, for a vertical projected body. Okay, vertically projected body. Means what is the meaning of vertically projected here? Means what? If I just throw an object vertical upward. See remember in this case here in the last case we discussed in the x-axis. Now we are discussing along y-axis. Now throughout this motion under gravity we are either going up or coming down. Going up or down. So along y-axis we are moving here. Are you following some what I am saying here? So when a vertically projected body is taken, see observe here carefully. So this is vertically projected body. Let us say I started from here. Now say if I am throwing it with an initial velocity u. In the last case what we got, u is 0, but now u is not equal to 0. And it has reached some certain height here. Let us say the height reached is h. But by the time it reaches maximum height, what happens? The velocity is 0. Okay, the velocity is taken as 0 there. And also see, observe here carefully. Now what is the acceleration here? It's negative. Why it is negative? It is negative because the velocity is decreasing. Okay, are you following? See, the velocity is decreasing here. That's why we took as minus g. Now look at the equation number 1. Okay, what is equation number 1 we have? See, here we have v is equal to u plus ct. Now let us substitute here. In the place of v, substitute 0. In the place of u, substitute u minus gta. Oh, what is this ta here? This ta we will call it as time of ascent. What is this is called? Time of ascent. Okay, earlier what we got, see when it is dropped, that is called time of descent. Okay, therefore here what you can write is time of, say you can send this gta this side, therefore gta is equals to u, therefore what is the time of ascent here? It's nothing but u by g. See, very important formula. Time of ascent is u by g, time of descent is v by g. Okay, then see the second equation what we got, s is equals to ut plus half at square. What is the s here? The remaining h. Say how much displacement? H here. What is the initial velocity? Not 0. Therefore ut minus half gt square. Another important formula to find the height. H is equal to ut minus half gt square. Okay. Now see the third equation. What is the third equation we have? V square minus u square equal to 2as. Okay. So v square is 0. Okay, 0 minus u square equal to, okay, acceleration is negative there, therefore minus 2gh. So therefore here, what is the h here? So h is nothing but u square by 2g. Okay, so u square by 2g. Okay, are you following, sir, what I am saying here? See once again, see when the body is vertically projected up. See when the body is vertically projected, see what are the equations we got? We got time of ascent. See what is the time of ascent here? The time of ascent is nothing but the time taken to reach the maximum height. Okay, the time of ascent means what? The time taken to reach the maximum height. So time of ascent equal to u by g, and h, what is the maximum height it reached? It's nothing but ut minus half gt square. Or if not, see here what we have, h is equal to u square by 2g. Okay, are you following what I am saying here? Okay, please pause yourself and note down. And here from here we'll get some more important points here. See, let us find those points also. Okay, now here, okay, we'll discuss the case 3. We'll discuss case 3 after some more important points. Okay, see once you observe here carefully. See here, see what we got here. Okay, first I said about a freely falling body where the u is 0 and the v is not equal to 0. It is coming down. And here other case is what? A body is projected vertically up where the u is not equal to 0 but the final velocity is 0. Okay, it is coming down and going up. That is what I said. And here I said this height is h, this height is also h. Now see here, for the time being, let us assume that the heights are same. Therefore here what we got here, see in the first case h is equal to v square by 2g we got. Okay. And in the next case we got h is equal to u square by 2g we got. Now see, let us equate these two things here, v square by 2g equal to u square by 2g. Therefore what you can say, v is equal to u. A very interesting fact. So what do you mean by v equal to u here? What do you mean by v here? See, what do you mean by v here? See, v is not equal to 0. That v. See this v. And what do you mean by u here? The u is nothing but this one here. See, what is the meaning of this one? What is the meaning of this one? See, v means what? When a body is dropped, means what? The final velocity of falling. Okay, final velocity of falling, okay, during falling is equals to the initial velocity of projection. Okay, initial velocity of projected body. Okay, please kindly note down very important point. See, it's a very important point. See carefully here. The final velocity of falling body is equal to the initial velocity of projected body when the heights are equal. So means what? See, let me give one small example. See, let us say I dropped a body, let us say from a 5 meter height. Let us say by the time it reached here, let us say its velocity is 10 meter per second. Okay, suppose you project the same body with 10 meter per second, then it will reach same 5 meter only. Say for example, I am saying, I am not calculating, I am just saying. Okay, means what? See, if I just drop a body, the velocity it reaches by the time it reaches the ground, with the same velocity if you throw, then it will reach the same height. Or if not, say think in another way. So if I project a body with 10 meter per second, then what will happen? It will go up and it will come down. By the time it reaches it, its velocity will be how much? Same 10 meter per second. Okay, please try to understand this. See here, so means what I say, with the what speed you projected up, with the same speed it comes down. Not only that, you take at any point. So here the velocity is 0. Here let us say 1 meter per second. Even while going up and coming down also same speed. Same velocity will be there. So by here somewhere it is 6 meter per second upward, then 6 meter per second downward here. Okay. See here every point the velocity is always uniform. Then you may ask a question, why it is like that? Why it is like that? Because the g is constant. It is uniform acceleration. So that's why. As the g is constant at every point, it will have a same velocity. At every point, it will have a same velocity. Okay, even the direction is different maybe. Okay, okay. Please try to understand this. Okay, so here what we got? We got v is equal to u. As a v is equal to u. Okay. See carefully here. As the v is equal to u, then what else you can say now? Say let us say we have time of descent. What is time of descent? V by g. What the time of ascent we have? Say the time of ascent equal to, we got u by g. Now here v is equal to u. Therefore, what is the time of descent can be written as u by g. Can I write? Then here we can define here the time of flight. So what is the time of flight here? See, time of flight is nothing but the sum of time of ascent plus time of descent. The total time it remains in air. What do you mean by time of flight here? The time of flight is nothing but total time it remains in air. The total time it remains in air is called time of flight. Therefore, let us combine and then see what we got here. So we got u by g plus u by g. It's nothing but 2u by g. That's the time of flight. Okay, are you following? So what I am saying here? See, the time of flight is nothing but what? The total time the object remains in air. Okay, see here. Okay, see till now what are the formulas we got? Either you can give v or u. It depends upon the situation. Say we can write, say v is equal to root over 2gh. Okay, h is equal to half gt square. Either ascent or descent. Remember, this is also u by g, this is also u by g. What you can write here? Time of ascent equal to time of descent. Or it's nothing but simply you can write u by g. Okay, either or v by g also. Depends upon the situation. Like if it is coming down, v by g. Going up, u by g. Okay, so based on this one, you can apply the related equations and you can solve the problems. Come on, see everyone, please note down these all points. Very important. Then we will discuss the equation third one, the third case. So what is the third case? You see in the first case what we got, we just dropped a body, that's called freely falling body. And in the second case what we got, the body is projected vertically upward. And there we got the time of ascent, time of descent and the time of flight. Okay, now see the case 3 here. This is very important case. See the case 3, come on, write down. Case 3. Okay, see a body projected vertically up. Body projected vertically up, okay, body projected vertically up from tower. Oh, this is a different case. See, body projected vertically up from the tower. See, if the body is projected vertically up from the tower, then what will happen? Then how to solve the sums related to it? Means what? Yes, we try to understand the case here. So here in this one, what they are given is this. See, let us consider this is the tower. Okay, let's say that the height of the tower is h. Okay, from this tower, what they did, they have projected vertically up with a velocity u. Then what will happen? See, the body will go up and comes down. That is the case. Then you need to calculate what is its velocity by the time it reaches ground, and also you have to calculate what is the time taken to come to the ground. That is the case. See carefully once again. See what you mean by body projected vertically up from the tower. Means the body is projected from the top of the tower. As it is projected vertically up, then it reaches certain height and comes down. See, once you observe here carefully, what is the initial velocity here? The initial velocity is u. And what is the final velocity here by the time it reaches here? So it will be v. Okay, so the final velocity is v. Okay, then here what is the displacement here? See here, let us say I started from here, I went here like this. Okay, then also see, and one more thing, see by the time it comes over here, what is its velocity? The velocity will be downward. See, you understood, because here at the same point, the velocity will be same. Because going up and coming down, I said same velocity. Okay, they will see what is the displacement from here to here? Nothing but h. Okay, then here see this is v, this is u, and say what the acceleration here, it will be downward, means what? That is plus g. Okay, so therefore we have an equation like v square minus u square is equal to 2gh. So therefore let us substitute here v square equal to how much here? U square plus 2gh. Therefore what is the velocity on reaching the ground? Just before reaching the ground, it's nothing but u square plus 2gh. See what is the velocity of the vertically projected body from the tower? Okay, by the time it reaches ground, what is its velocity? Its velocity is nothing but u square plus 2gh. Okay, are you following, sir, what I am saying here? Okay, come on, please write down this one. I'll rub this one. Okay, okay, good. Now we have written down, I think. Then see, let us look at another important one. See, okay, now forget about this. Okay, now the case is what is the time taken? The time taken to reach the ground. Then how we can calculate this? See, first of all, we projected vertically up. Okay, then whatever it went certain height, then it reached ground. So therefore, see, observe here carefully. Okay, now see, I started from here. See, this is the I started from here, then I went here. See, this is positive. This one is what? This one is negative. So therefore, what is displacement here? Minus h. We projected vertically up. Therefore, what is the acceleration here? Minus g. Okay. So let us take. S is equals to ut plus half at square. Okay. What is s here? Minus h. U into t. Okay, acceleration is negative, minus half gt square. Okay, let us multiply with the minus here. Therefore, what you get? H is equals to half gt square minus ut. So this is another very important formula. When a body is projected vertically from the top of the tower. So not only this case, here we also have another important case. Like suppose let us take a balloon. See, balloon is rising gradually vertically up. As the balloon is rising gradually vertically up, okay, say after reaching certain height, he has dropped a body. Then in that case also we have to use this particular formula. Just to think, just to say how is it possible. Okay, now our target is to what? Our target is to find about the time. Now how we can find the time? See carefully here, you can also write down this one as half gt square minus ut minus h is equal to 0. Okay, so are you following? Minus h equal 0. Therefore, yes, what is the a here? Half g. What is the b here? Minus u. What is the c here? Minus h. Therefore, yes, we have t is equals to minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Therefore, here t is equal to minus b. What is minus b? Minus of minus u plus or minus root over b square means u square minus 4ac, 4 into half g into c is minus h. Okay, therefore here t, okay, by 2a, 2 into a is half g. Therefore t can be written as u plus or minus root over u square plus 2gh by g. Remember, it will never be negative. See, time cannot be negative. Therefore, see, time taken is nothing but u plus root over u square plus 2gh by g. This is the time taken. Okay, are you following what I am saying here? Okay, please kindly go through this derivation once again, then you will understand it completely. Okay, remember this is Vizhyam Physics classes by Siraj Kumar sir. Please kindly like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, in future I am going to put more and more videos. Thank you very much.